This week on Inside Boulder News, over 30 Boulder County businesses joined the Climate Action Challenge to improve energy efficiency, reduce emissions, and save money. Don't miss this year's Halloween Roundup, and join us as we learn about Boulder's oldest and possibly spookiest properties. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. Partners for a Clean Environment, known as PACE, invites Boulder County businesses, nonprofits, and commercial property owners to act on the climate crisis by joining its newly launched Climate Action Challenge initiative. Check it out. The Climate Action Challenge aligns with city and county efforts to achieve net zero carbon by 2035 and 90% reduction in emissions by 2050, respectively. Boulder County businesses who joined the challenge receive no-cost consulting services to accelerate or create climate action strategies that improve energy efficiency, reduce emissions, and save money on energy bills. PACE Business Sustainability Advisors will work closely with participants to set goals, track progress, and identify rebates and incentives to replace older, inefficient systems with Energy Star certified upgrades.
I really would like to invite all the business leaders. You don't need to be a corporate or a big business to be part of this effort. We need all hands on deck to act together. And it's very simple. Not always is something that requires sophisticated and big investment, because we are here to help you to find those incentives and economic, financial way to start your pathway through the sustainability.
Voting centers are open for in-person voting. You can post your vote at many city buildings, including the main public library and South Boulder Recreation Center. Thousands of ballots were sent out last week to registered voters. In Colorado, voters have different options on how they can participate. Voters can mail their ballot in, they can drop off their ballot in a 24-hour ballot drop box, or if a voter wants, they can just go in and vote in person if that is their preference. All ballots must be received by 7 p.m. on Election Day, November 8th. If you have not registered to vote, there is still time. In Colorado, voters can register to vote or update their address up to and including Election Day. Boulder County would like to remind voters that elections in Colorado and Boulder County are secure. Integrity, access, and security are their guiding efforts when it comes to implementing elections.
We are actually doubling the amount of public ballot processing tours that we're offering this year, and so we encourage the public to come into our space, and it will be a guided tour. We'll go over end to end what happens once we receive your ballot back to our office.
Some helpful tips to keep in mind is to vote early, as this helps counties process ballots efficiently and get results to the community faster. National Vote Early Day is Friday, October 28th, and Boulder County has 2 events planned for this year. Please visit bouldercountyvotes.org for all things elections related. Elections are Tuesday, November 8th. What better way to celebrate the Halloween season than to look at some of Boulder's oldest and some may say spookiest properties? Join us as we take a look at some of the city's landmarks. Some of them may be spooky, but all have been designated so they can be preserved for future generations of ghost hunters. The City of Boulder's Historic Preservation Program helps preserve the community's unique heritage, culture, and character by protecting buildings and sites that are reminiscent of Boulder's past. Community interest in preservation has resulted in more than 1,300 designated historic properties in Boulder, including more than 200 individual landmarks and 10 historic districts. First on the list is the Columbia Cemetery. In 1870, this 10.5-acre site defined the southern edge of the city. Pioneer Cemetery, also called the Columbia Park Old Boulder or City Cemetery, was established by the Columbia Masonic Lodge in 1870 and is Boulder's oldest permanent cemetery. In 1997, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Next on the list is the Grill Mansion at 2306 Broadway, located in the Mapleton Hill neighborhood. This 30-room mansion was built in 1905 by architect A.E. Saunders. In 1923, the mansion was purchased for use as a mortuary and remained a funeral home until 1972, when it was converted into office space. And finally is the Boulderado Hotel. Recognizing the need for a luxury hotel to ensure the prosperity of their city, Boulder residents raised funds to build the Boulderado in 1906. The Boulderado Hotel was built by prominent businessmen of the time, who incorporated the Boulder Hotel Company. The Boulderado opened on New Year's Day 1909 and was a social center in Boulder that attracted nationally renowned guests such as Robert Frost, Helen Keller, and Clarence Darrow. To learn about other historic landmarks in the city, head on over to the city's newsroom. It will be a frightful sight down at the Pro Street Mall this Halloween as hundreds of tiny ghosts and goblins are expected to invade the streets of this popular downtown destination. This October 31st, take your kids to the annual Munchkin Masquerade at the Pro Street Mall. More than 100 businesses will be handing out treats this year. The event is put on by the Downtown Boulder Partnership, a nonprofit dedicated to the preservation and enhancement of downtown Boulder. More information can be found on boulderdowntown.com. And join the Noble Library as they celebrate Dia de Muertos, a Mexican cultural tradition. Learn how to set up your own ofrenda or offering at home to honor your loved ones who have passed, and learn how to make sugar skull crafts to take home. This event will be held on Saturday, October 29th at the Noble Corner Library from 12 to 2 p.m. For a full roundup of events going on this weekend, head on over to the city's newsroom. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. Connect on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. And be sure to check out the city's online newsroom for the latest city news. We'll see you next time.